Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe. Damnation Season 1, Episode 6. This episode is called In Wyoming Fashion. Life is precious and God loves you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. I'm here every week reviewing Damnation until it's over. Bodies on an amusement ride, barefoot folks, barn standoffs. Looks like we got ourselves a standoff, boys. Foreclosures, confessions. I mean, this was probably one of my favorite episodes for Damnation. USA, you did a good job. Y'all haven't. I mean, USA's been bringing it in 2017. We're wrapping it up. It's the Center, Queen of the South, Damnation. I'm liking what they're serving, what they served. Come on with it for 2018. I'm here for it. Melvin Stubbs just gonna pop in like that and put his bid in for sheriff. The nerve. I mean, the nerve. You coming at our boy from Hell on Wheels? The Swede, don't come at Chris like that. Don't come at Christopher like that. Seth's wife, Amelia. Little lady, big gun. I like her because she's about that life. I'm talking about, you know what I feel? I feel like it's going to be her versus Connie when Connie comes. Right? That's what they're building us going. That's what they're building it towards, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I like her character. Why? Because she's calm to his chaotic. She's smiling when he's furious. And that's almost that's the dynamic of every relationship almost. You know what I mean? It's usually either or type of deal, but it works. What's her deal? What's her background story? Why choose Seth of all people? Flashbacks. The flashback story behind Creeley and Seth growing up, dark. Very dark. The dad, not so friendly. He's definitely not Al Bundy. He's not Carl Winslow. He's not even Uncle Phil. He's pretty dang on horrible. They keep saying these terrible words that are just slapping this man in his face, dwindling his character down to nothing, a really, really thin line. It's pretty bogus how they treated our guy Creeley, calling him soft. Not a good thing to do. Liquor at the table. Who does that? A different type of household, motherless. Not to say that someone who grew up motherless would live like that, but just not cool. Very, very abusive home. The man put the gun in the son's hand. Hey, you better kill these people. He beat the other son down to the ground. Post Seth. I mean, dang, he tried to take up for his brother, so it's not as if he just... he's been doing it for years at this point. Been doing it for years. And Creeley's took on this character almost like, hey, in his head, I'm my dad. Minus some of the crazy stuff. But we know dad is the reason why he's got the knife in his hand. Dad is the reason why he does this whole kill shot. The dad said, put a mark on your gun. But we know what he does. He slashes himself. He keeps a knife near him as a reminder of everything. The background plot or whatnot of Damnation, involving the relationships, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope because you got Amelia and Seth. You got Creeley and Bessie. Bessie, I like her character because she admits things, he admits things. It's like, give and take, give it. They're like, give. And I'm the only person who cares if you're living or if you die. My goodness, the quote of the episode goes to Bessie, hands down. And then he admits to her, basically, that he's on furlough for bidding. He's doing the bidding for the folks that he owes. She did one movement. She did one act that showed so much about her. She snuck shoes into the jail. Speaking of the jail, can we get on it? Can we get on facing your fears, facing the one thing that poor Sam Riley's son is in that jail every day thinking to himself, if I had a chance to see this fool who killed my daddy. And what happened? Sam Riley's son is bunked right next to Creeley, the man who straight up killed his pappy and framed him for some other stuff. This is madness. This is straight up madness. Took that boy's toothpick. Come on now. What's going to happen in jail? Another admission that happens on this show. What was it? He's my dad. Bessie telling the truth about her secret of her whole life. The sheriff is my father. Things just aren't as it seems, man. Back to the very beginning of the episode, when they were in the barn, the brothers going at it with the guns, and they had the whole standoff, firing off the warning shot, messing up his hearing, causing Seth's hearing to go out a little bit distorted. Everyone at gunpoint. Like I said, I thought that was one of my favorite scenes from this episode. In episode number 6, they're showing the history of alcohol and Seth. Just wondering if he had a prescription, because at that time, isn't this prohibition? Amelia is like the definition of peer pressure at this point. She's smoking cigarettes. So Amelia's writing stories under an alias, riding motorcycles, toting guns. She's pretty gangster. She's about that life, hiding bodies, conning the sheriff, right? She tells him to reconsider this whole money thing. She pushes her boo off to go with homeboy and rob the bank. A lot of admissions, spilling their hearts and exchanging items like the lockets, shoes, the butterfly knife you held for 7 years, clairvoyance. I guess the best way to describe the eye-to-eye moments between the brothers and between Creeley and his girl Bessie, clairvoyance. They just know it. They know what it means. Church and state instead of separation, more so like unification, right? We have Amelia once again using the dead body situation, not breaking her stride, not setting the ash down in the wrong area, not letting her smoke go out of her cigarette. Con the whole story. Set up the newsboy who's got a crush on her to come in and capture the photos, write the story. And Sheriff was like, hey, look, this man Stubbs wants my gig, so what do I got to do? Yeah, this is what happened. That's what happened. So she's got who she needs in her grip, in her pocket, and it's getting interesting, man. It's getting very interesting. Much Connie's still not there. They robbed the bank. Kiss that. This is a story we could tell our grandkids. Oh, that was so gangster. How you just gonna kiss your eye with Rose and leave? Interesting. I love the bank vault. Everybody's doing it. It's like Robin Hood. He was ready. He took the bandana off his face like, you see me. He's one of those. Let my legend live. He's one of those guys. He could have died right there. Still, Seth threw the money up, and you know when you throw the money up. That's in every movie that's out there. They throw the money or throw whatever, and people go crazy. It's a distraction, and you're able to leave. Gangster. This show is off the chain. Damnation, episode 6. In Wyoming fashion. They sure did. Until the next time. Peace.